Some businesses lend themselves to certain types of symbolism or can be represented by easily identified tools or common motifs. For other industries where the scope of services is broad, a more abstract approach might be preferable. Here are some suggestions for introducing abstraction into your logos. Let's imagine that this is a well-established logo that we want to refresh while at the same time retain its essence, not unlike Michael Beirut's reworking of the Saks Fifth Avenue logo. So I'm going to take my line tool and I am going to draw a line dividing it vertically and another line dividing it horizontally. I'm going to give both of those lines no stroke. I'll then select everything, come to the Pathfinder and divide that. So I've now chopped it up into 4 pieces. What I want to do is select all of the elements of the individual pieces and regroup them because the grouping is going to be all off here, partly due to the compound paths that make up some of the characters. So I need to start out by ungrouping, and then I want to just swipe over that segment and regroup it. I should now be able to pull that away. Okay, good. And I'm going to do that for each of the segments. So now what we do is we rotate these through 90 degrees and we create some sort of abstract pattern with them that is at one and the same time new and refreshing and instantly recognizable. And then we can copy these tiles and rotate them differently. Let's actually not do that one. Let's have that one right there. Something like that. Secondly, I want to use a simple shape and just have repetitions of that simple shape to create an abstract shape. Here we begin with an octagon. I'll come to Effect, Distort and Transform, Transform. I'm going to scale each copy 110%. Now, as I do this, let's turn on Preview so that you can see what's happening here. And I'm going to go at an angle of 80 degrees, and I'm going to have 3 copies. Of course, I can just come and click into the copies field, press my up arrow, and we can have as many or as few copies as we want. But I think 3 copies is enough to make the point. Here I'm going to combine shape with transparency. So I have this very simple petal shape, and I'm going to use my rotate tool, Option or Alt click on its anchor point, and then I'm going to rotate a copy through minus 20 degrees. And then I'll press Command or Control D for another copy. I'll select all 3 of those, come to my transparency options and change the blending mode to multiply. In a similar vein, I'm going to rotate copies of this circle from the bottom center point, press R for the rotate tool, Alt or Option, click on the bottom anchor. Let's use the same angle, copy, and we'll have 3 copies like so. I'll then select these, come to my Live Paint tool, click to make a Live Paint group, and I can now apply color to these individual segments. I'll come to my swatches panel where I have a color group that I've already chosen. I want to use this, and I can move through the colors in that color group by pressing my left and right arrows. I want to make the stroke on this none. So that's what my logo symbol now looks like. I'll select it again, and to commit to this, I will expand. And lastly, if we want to introduce an element of randomness, we can apply the tweak effect. So here I'm beginning with a star. Let's turn on the preview, and you can see that we can get some really crazy shapes with this. I'm actually going to switch from having a fill to a stroke, and let's revisit that. I'm going to go to the Appearance panel, revisit the amount of tweak that I'm applying, and like I said, it's pretty random what we're going to get. But now I'm going to expand the appearance, and I'll make the stroke color none, come to the fill, and as I did before, go to my Live Paint bucket. I'll use the same color group as I did before, and I'm just going to fill in the different areas with different colors in that color group. And I think we need to scale that down a bit. And there is my abstract logo symbol. So 5 different approaches to incorporating abstraction into your logo designs.